I'm the Hoppy Ferret and I'm here to review a beer I bought in a glass that I definitely didn't. Advent beer number 6 is... what is it? It's not wrapped up, but obviously doesn't say anything about the brewery or what the beer actually is until you look at the back. It is it Levon? Yes, it is. Levon Belgian Pale Ale by Omnipollo, based in Sweden. One of the few non-British breweries in the Advent calendar this year. It's just easier to get British beer in Britain. Go figure. Really exciting brewery, Omnipollo. Very happy to be able to give them a go. They make some wicked stouts, some really interesting experimental beers. This one is, well, so I was reading the Untapped. Let's leave a little bit of the yeast in there. I can see that's definitely got some sediment in it that I want to get into. I was reading through the Untapped before setting up the camera, and in the description it was saying that this beer is brewed so that you can... So I think it was from the perspective of like the head brewer or something, saying I wanted to brew a beer that when I was going out with friends, I was worried about having to drink bland lager, so I brewed this beer so that I have something, or people have something, himself included, to drink on a night out while all of your friends are drinking piss water, you know. Wasn't put as crudely as that, but yeah, very interesting beer, sort of a Omnipollo, as I alluded to, do a lot of experimental brews, a lot of interesting and weird stuff. So for this to be a quote-unquote normal beer, it's kind of like, well, how normal actually is it? One thing I can tell you is that it's definitely going to be brewed well. Omnipollo, fantastic brewery. Also in the description it said that it was brewed with champagne yeast, so, you know, there you go. This is a normal, easy drinking, regular kind of beer. I don't think they were trying to get that point across, actually. It's more, this is an easy to drink, refreshing beer. It's not going to blow your socks off, but you're going to enjoy yourself. And so the champagne yeast is going to dry it out a lot. It does have a very champagne-y, or champagne kind of aroma to it, a little bit, you know, farmy, like, I don't know, not so much Bretty, but that kind of aroma from the champagne yeast there. It's a Belgian Pale Ale, so I suppose there's a little bit in the way of banana, like really overripe banana. Some orange and a hint of coriander. If you didn't tell me this was a Belgian Pale Ale, I might not necessarily be searching for that coriander. But the lovely sweet orange, overripe banana. Nice, interesting characteristic from the champagne yeast. I'm going to dive in. Cheers. Damn. Yeah. It's dry, it's refreshing. It takes you on a fantastic journey, this beer. I think I said, but it's a 6.5%. Yeah, 6.5%. Also interesting, this is kind of like a refreshing Let me get into the tasting notes first. Yeah, big orange. Then it's the banana. You get a lot of the malt, and then just the yeast, in the nicest way possible, like attacks you. Like attacks the roof of your mouth, attacks the back of your mouth. It like swirls round. Some reviewers might say the carbonation pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth and releases more of the flavour, and it absolutely does. It takes, yeah, throws you around is a little bit too much. It does, yeah. It doesn't like throw you around, but it really does take you on a great journey. And this isn't an overly complicated beer, but God, it's good. I just thought I smelt something else on the aroma, but I was going to touch on something else, but I can't remember. It will come back to me. A little bit grapefruity, I suppose. Yeah, some grapefruit. While I try and remember what it was that I was rambling on about earlier, let me pour that yeast in. That's gonna change the characteristic of the beer somewhat. More champagne-y for sure. And it accentuates that grapefruit character. As well as some of the banana. It is interesting, yeah, this isn't, I mean, it's not made with Belgian yeast. So I might just be making up the banana, but I make all of this stuff up as I go along. Yeah, there's potpourri, there's a little bit of ice cream, some sawdust in this as well. No, but it is a very overripe banana, orange and grapefruit that I'm getting from this, which is very tasty. Yeah, and just show you the colour of the beer there as I put a bit more in of the yeast in. But yeah, Omnipollo Levon, Belgian Pale Ale. Not, it's very dry. Orange, grapefruit. Lovely amount of bitterness that complements that dryness. The champagne yeast works brilliantly. And yeah, it's every sip is just a real explosion of flavour and refreshment in your mouth. This is amazing. I think the point I was going to make is about this being 6.5%. Now maybe the Swedes don't drink as much as the Brits. That being said, we're known for having kind of 3 to 4% beers. 4.5 is sort of like, ooh, okay. 5 is like, damn. So we session those. I suppose that's, this isn't a session beer. It's refreshing. It's dry. It's I think I was kind of led down that path during reading that Untapped review. Copy. It wasn't a review. It was the copy. Reading that and sort of thinking, oh, this is a session beer. It's not. It's something. It's still something that's gonna be a little bit more alcoholic, and therefore the complexity reflects that, and that's just kind of the point. Something I wanted to throw out there as a little thought. I'm rambling. I'm gonna go sit and enjoy this, and I will see you tomorrow for Advent number 7. Cheers.